Good morning. The Committee on Parole is called back to order. Today's date is February the 2nd. The time is 9:01. Our remote location this morning is at Lafayette Parish Correctional Center. Any staff members there at Lafayette Correctional, would you please introduce yourselves?
Deputy Joseph.
Thank you very much. Our next case is going to be Mr. Felton Carter. Mr. Carter, would you give me your full name and DOC number?
Felton Carter, 504041.
Mr. Carter, this is a revocation hearing. I'd like to explain our process to you and our procedure. I'm going to cover your parole revocation questionnaire with you. Do you have that with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then after I cover that, I'm going to read the allegations of how it's alleged you violated your parole. Then you'll be given the opportunity to plead either guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty with a statement. Then we'll have a full discussion about the allegations. Do you understand our procedure? I don't know if you said anything. Did you understand our procedure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Carter, let's look at your parole revocation questionnaire. You have it in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature at the bottom of the page?
Yes, sir.
You signed it on December the 8th of 2022?
Yes, sir.
Is all of that information still accurate and correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a lawyer, sir?
No, sir.
Are you willing to proceed today without a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to read the allegations against you. Rule 4, you failed to refrain from criminal conduct when on or about March the 26th of 2022, you committed the offenses of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, manufacture, distribution, possession of Schedule 1, possession of marijuana, obstruction of justice, and operating a vehicle while your license is suspended or revoked. On November the 17th of 2022, you were convicted of the amended charge of criminal mischief and ordered to serve 30 days parish jail credit for time served under docket number Lafayette 185147. The charges of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and obstruction of justice were dismissed. How do you plead to the allegations of your possessing all of those drugs?
I never had all kind of drugs. It was just a marijuana source.
All right. Well, how do you plead to the charge? You want to plead guilty with a statement or not guilty with the statement? What do you want to do?
Guilty with a statement.
All right. The next allegation is you failed to refrain from possessing firearms when on or about March the 26th of 2022, you committed the offenses of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
Mr. Carter, your case has been assigned to Mr. Pete Freeman. He will begin the questions. So you're welcome to have a seat if you wish, or you can stand if you like. It's up to you.
Yes, sir.
Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Carter, how long have you been in jail on these charges?
10 months, sir.
Okay, do you have any other violations that you were on?
No, sir.
Okay, they found that black bag. You do admit that that black bag was yours, right?
Yes, sir.
What you was doing with that black bag? What you had it for?
I had some clothes in it.
Okay, how did the marijuana end up in that black bag?
The marijuana was on the floorboard.
Okay,
And the black bag was left in that car days prior to me being in the car, you know what I'm saying, with the owner.
what was left in the car? What you stated?
I said the black bag was left in the car days prior to know what I'm saying, me being in the car catching a ride with the owner of the car.
Okay,
And
who's the owner of the car?
Keela, Renee, Cormier.
Okay. Did you know that the magazine was in the black bag?
No, sir.
Did you know they had a gun in the car?
Sir?
Did you know they had a gun in that car?
No, sir. I had no knowledge of it.
According to the officer, you stated you had no knowledge of a firearm was in the vehicle he was driving. He did know there was marijuana in the vehicle, which he confirmed was his bag. Is that your bag of marijuana?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
I have to pay in order to put some god awful color in there.
so you admit there was marijuana, but you say the gun and the clip was not yours.
Yes, sir.
And you did plead guilty to criminal mischief. What's the criminal mischief about?
That was it. That's what the marijuana charge was amended to, criminal mischief. And then that's when they gave me 30 days parish jail credit for time served. The marijuana charge was amended to criminal mischief.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your relationship to the owner of the car?
Friend of the family.
A friend of the family?
Yes, ma'am. In which I did, you know what I'm saying, in which, you know what I'm saying, I would smoke with her from time to time.
Okay. And you knew you were on parole and smoking marijuana was a no-no. You knew that?
Yes, ma'am, but you know what I'm saying, I was still mourning the loss of my father in 2021, a month before I got out. And I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, I was in LPCT when it happened. I wasn't allowed to go to the funeral. So I don't know how, I didn't know how, I never got to see her. And I was still in a slight mist of mourning him. But, you know what I'm saying, yes, ma'am, you know what I'm saying, I did use marijuana.
I'm sorry for your loss, but I would think that you would want to have a better legacy for your father than going to jail because of him. I think he would want you doing something a little different because of him, as a memory, as a memorial to him. I think like first, do something positive. Because you just got released on parole with April 11 of 21, right? Now, when did you get parole? 10/1 of 21.
Yeah.
10/1 of 21. I'm looking at my 10/1 of 21.
Yes, ma'am. But yes, ma'am. On that note, yes, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? I could have went about it a different way. I could have talked to a counselor or somebody. I talked to my PO concerning the counselor.
Seems to me that you were in jail when he passed and you couldn't go to the funeral, and then you would get out, mourning him, and do something to be in jail again in case something else happens. People are going to die. Family members are going to die.
Yes, ma'am.
This is going to happen. You got to decide, well, where do I want to be when that happens? I don't want to belittle. Now, if I vote not to revoke you, tell me what your life would be like. Where would you work, and where would you live?
Well, I would live with my fiance at the moment, and I'm going to a work staff, meaning like they put you on, you know what I'm saying, and they test you out to see if they're gonna keep you on or not.
Okay.
That's
Do they have a day reporting center in your district?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a high set?
A high set?
Yeah. You have a high school diploma or GED?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that grief is gonna come back and bite you, and you got to get smart with it.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all questions I have.
I said, yes, ma'am. I do have a high school diploma. I obtained that before I came home on parole.
But good, congratulations. Congratulations.
Mr. Carter, the police report indicates that after you were given your Miranda warning, you admitted that you had eaten some of the drugs. What drug did you eat and swallow?
Marijuana.
Well, why did you do that? I mean, they found 9 more grams of marijuana in the bag. Why did you eat the marijuana?
I think that was a joint that I had died at.
Sorry?
I think that's a joint that I had died at.
How often were you smoking marijuana?
Probably once a day, twice sometimes.
Since you got out?
Not since I got out. I'm saying, I skip days sometimes. I'm saying, like if I'm just sitting down too long, probably thinking about it, I probably do it, but I wouldn't. It wasn't an everyday thing, but I would do it frequently.
Were you going to any kind of AA meetings or anything like that?
No, sir.
Why not?
I don't know, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I should have thought of too. Like I said, I should have talked to my PO, you know what I'm saying, and let her know what I was going through at the moment.
Were you working?
Man, sir,
Were you working?
it was little odd jobs, odd mechanic jobs in my yard, like, you know what I'm saying, because I do know how to do mechanic work, so I would do odd, you know what I'm saying, little odd jobs to keep money from in my pocket, but it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, every day, like a steady thing.
All right. Thank you. Is there anything you'd like to say to the board before we vote?
Yes, sir. It took, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it all started out, you know what I'm saying, with my father dying, you know what I'm saying? And I admit, yes, I could have went about it a different way, you know? And like I said, I got kids out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that they need me. And yes, you know what I'm saying? I should have thought about it before I made those small mistakes. But yes, you know what I'm saying? No, I did not know nothing about the firearm. And yes, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying, consuming marijuana. But at the same time, you know, I just ask you to find it in your heart, you know what I'm saying? Give me one more chance to try, you know what I'm saying? Redeem myself and be there for my kids.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Freeman. We're ready to vote?
You know, Mr. Carter, I just don't know. I mean, you had marijuana in your bag, admitted it was yours, you had a criminal mischief charge, you pled to from the marijuana. There was a gun in the car, and I think you had a previous violation with guns when you were on supervision. My vote today is to revoke your probation.
Freeman, Mr. Wise.
Mr. Carter, you know, it's one thing to know right, it's another thing to do right. It really is. But I'm just gonna take a chance that my vote is to do not revoke and order you to attend the day reporting center until such time that you get a full-time job. And if the day reporting center, you should get some grief counseling, you should get some substance counseling, they'll meet all your needs when they do the assessment. That is my vote.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got one vote to revoke and one vote to grant. You know, you got out of prison and you went right back to smoking marijuana. You got a substance abuse problem. Didn't do any AA meetings. You said, oh yeah, that's something I should have thought about. My vote today is to revoke you. And I'm hoping that when you get back in prison, maybe you can take some long-term treatment or get some plan to stay sober. And that's my vote. So you got 2 votes to revoke you. Your parole has been revoked today. Good luck to you, sir.
So could I say something?
Well, you can say whatever you'd like, but we've already voted.
I understand, man, please. You know what I'm saying? It was just please, sir, you know what I'm saying? It was a misdemeanor, sir, please. You know what I'm saying? I really did not have no knowledge of no weapon or nothing like that. And I know that it would have, you know what I'm saying, it would have been just misdemeanor, you know what I'm saying? It would have been a ticket. It would have been a citation, sir, please, you know what I'm saying? Please just give me, you know what I'm saying, just give me one chance, please. No, please, sir, you know what I'm saying, man? My kids need me.
We've already voted, Mr. Carter. Good luck to you, sir.
I don't know how much more time he has. I tried Googling it. I don't know what he's facing. It could be years. It could be a decade. I don't know. It's sad. It breaks my heart. I would have liked to have seen him get some type of program, give him 9 months in a program, and then let him out, you know? And you got to change your people, places, things, so you don't get yourself in trouble. It's sad. Imagine if you really didn't know there was a weapon in the car. It was kind of funny when he said, "Why did you eat it?" There was another, like, it's 9 grams. And the cop probably said, don't worry, you'll just be at citation. Don't worry, you'll be out. No. It's sad. I don't know.